Welcome to the virtual Digication ePortfolio workshop. Today we are going to learn how to create and customize your online portfolio. If you would like to follow along with these specific instructions, you can download them at the link on the screen. First, visit digication.stonybrook.edu and sign in with your NetID and NetID password. Once you log in, you will be brought to your dashboard where you will see any previous ePortfolios you have made. The thumbnail for each portfolio will show the last time you edited the portfolio, as well as how many times it has been viewed. Click on the blue plus sign at the top right to create a new portfolio. The title of your portfolio should be your first and last name. You can see here Digication will create the URL for you, and we'll choose a thumbnail later. For now, we are going to leave the permission on private. If your professor created a template specifically for your class, you'll be able to find it here, but for now we're just going to click on Create and just make one from scratch. It may take a few minutes to create the portfolio, but that's totally fine. Once the portfolio has loaded, you will be taken to the home page. This is where you can include an introduction. So first, let's add a title. You can either click on Add Content or the blue plus sign. Both will take you to the same place. So there's a lot of different content options. We'll go over a couple of them really quickly. If you upload files to Google Drive, you can very quickly download them right here. If you have computer science work from GitHub, you can click on it right here. If you have a file saved to your computer, this includes images, you can click on Upload File here. You'll most likely be using this one a lot. If you have previously uploaded a picture or a file to Digication in the past and you would like to upload it, you can click on Previous Uploads instead of finding the file again and uploading it. Finally, we can also use the Rich Text button, and that is how we will add a text box. So click on that. Okay, so now you can type a simple message, welcome to my ePortfolio. And then you'll see up here at the top, we have a bunch of different options for example, you can make your text bold if you would like. You can also underline it. But we have a lot of other customization options as well. So once you click on this text box, you'll have the edit option here, you'll have settings, you'll have the move option, and you'll also have the delete option. So what we can do is we can take this move option and shift the text box over to the left. Now we can click on settings, and you'll see we have a lot of different options over here. First is the text, so you can see we can change the font to whatever you would like. You can change the font size, so you can make it larger because it is the title. You can also change the font color, so you can make it like blue if you'd like. And the alignment, so you could center it. Now, padding is the space right here and right here. So it's the space between your text and the border of the text box. So you can leave it, you could change it, whatever you would like. Advanced customization gives you the same options that are found in the edit bar, so these options up here. And now we can go down here to background. So what we are working with right now is this text box, right? So the background that we would be working with is this specific background. So it's this white color right now. You can leave it. You can also change the opacity. I'm probably going to make the opacity 0, and then we'll see why in a little while. Now you have the option of adding a background image, but I wouldn't suggest that because it would be harder to read your text. We'll add an entire site background image later on, and we could probably add an image to that. So once we're done here, we can X out of module settings, and now we have our updated text box. So now we can add some fun facts by clicking on this blue plus button again and then clicking on Rich Text again. So now I can use this numbered list right here and just type out fun fact 5 times. So once we do all of this, we can start to format this text box. Now, I'm not going to go over the formatting options again because they're the same as what we just looked at, but we can adjust the size of our text box. So you can see this text is not taking up that much space. So I can use these circles in the corners and drag to make the text box smaller. Now I can use this cross button and shift it over, so now we have room for a picture. Okay, so the first way I'll show you how to upload a file is straight from your computer. I saved a picture to my desktop that I would now like to add to my ePortfolio. Remember, this is a picture that your professors and employers will be seeing. Okay, so once again, click on that blue plus sign. Now click on Upload File. You could drag and drop the file straight from your desktop, so that's easy. But you can also click right there, and then I uploaded this picture to my desktop. So then I'm going to click Open, and it will upload right here. And then I will click Upload on the bottom right corner, and it will take a minute to upload. Okay, so obviously this picture is huge. You can use the circles in the corner to make it smaller. Just remember to keep it at the same aspect ratio. If I try to cut it off this way, it's going to crop the whole thing. So you want to make sure you're keeping the same ratio. Now you can click and drag again, and we can put our picture right next to our fun facts, or actually we could put it up here. Okay. Now, if you click on the picture itself, you can click on this edit button and click on edit caption, and you can actually add a caption. So I can put Wolfie 2020. And since this is a little hard to read, I can also click up here and make it bold. So now you can also add a caption. You could also edit the caption color and everything, but I'll go over that in a little while when we create a gallery. All right. So now we're going to edit the background of the entire page, right? So now we're not just dealing with a text box. And just to notice, this text box does not have a background. This one has a light white background. So we'll see like how that looks different in a few minutes. Okay, so this is where we might want to include an image rather than a solid color. So click on the settings button for the entire page. So that's going to be over here to the right. And we have a top layer background and a bottom layer background. We're going to deal with the bottom layer background first. Now, if you don't have a nice background image, that's totally fine. One website that you can use for free image downloads is pexels.com. So I'm going to go to Pexels up here. Once I navigate to that website, I'm going to search for nature wallpaper. It comes right up. Okay, and then I'm going to find a picture that I like. So I like this one, and I'm going to click on it. Now, down here it says free to use, but make sure you click on info. If you click on info and scroll down to license, make sure that it says free to use and no attribution required. So that means you don't have to cite the image, you can just use it for free. Then click on free download, and you will see that it downloads right here. All right, navigate back to your ePortfolio. And now over here under bottom layer background, you can click on select image. Now you can click on upload file, and we can drag and drop this image. Now you can hit upload. Okay. Now we can see that since we only have a little bit of content on this page, we can't really see the whole image, but that's okay. I will show you how to get around that in a minute. The other thing is we have this color opacity here, so we can't clearly see the image. So what we're going to do is scroll up to top layer background. So I'm just going to X out of this for 1 second so it's clear to see. This right here is our bottom layer background, and this is our top layer background. So what we can do is click on settings again, and then under top layer background, we can change this opacity. So we can change it to, let's see, with that blue text, probably gonna want it to be around 65. And then I'm going to X out of this again. And now you can see, so this is our bottom layer background. This is our top layer background. So you can see why it makes sense to have an image here, but then a solid color here. And then our text box also has a background as well. So you can see how having this text box background might help. Also, you don't necessarily need it like over here because that top layer background makes up for it. All right. So now let's add a new page where we can upload our resume straight from Google Drive. So what we're going to do is go up here to the header bar. And when you hover over it, you'll get this lock button right here. So click on that and that unlocks the header. Next, hover over this menu bar and we have edit and settings. So click on edit. And now you'll be taken to page settings. So on page settings, click add new page and we will call this one resume. And we're going to add 2 more pages. So click on add new page again and call this one Stony Brook. All right. And now add a new page again and we'll call this one my courses. So now we can create a subpage. So what we can do is, since I want my courses to be under the Stony Brook tab, I'm going to click on this hamburger menu next to my courses and shift it to the right. And now it is a subpage of Stony Brook, and you can see that it's not completely aligned. Now make sure you click on save so that you have updated your settings. And now we see we have resume, and if we hover over Stony Brook, we have my courses. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to extend this text box so that we can see more of our image. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on my text box and I'm going to click on settings. And I'm going to go down to background color and I'm going to change this opacity to 0. And now I'm going to click and drag these circles all the way down so that I can see more of my beach image. And again, if you have more content on here, obviously you will be able to see more of it. But I think it looks nicer just to have a little bit of extra room at the bottom of the page rather than just cutting it off right here. But it's completely up to you. All right. So now let's go up here and click on resume and it will take us to this brand new page. The style editing options are the same, so as far as bottom layer, top layer, background, stuff like that. So I'm not going to go over that again. Instead, I'm going to show you how to upload a file from Google Drive. All right, so first we're going to click on this blue plus sign. And now we're going to go down here to where it says Google Drive. Now it will ask you to sign in with Google. Make sure you choose your Stony Brook account and allow it to access your Google Drive, and then it will update. All right, so I already saved my resume, well, Wolfie's resume, to my drive, so it's right here. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to click on view/edit selected, and now I'm going to click on upload. And it'll take a minute, and now it has uploaded. So what it does is it gives you this gray background, and you just have to move these circles around to make the resume fit in the screen. Okay, so once you have uploaded your resume, you can adjust the size of it, but remember that even though we downloaded this from Google Drive, nobody has comment access. So I will show you how to do that in a few minutes. So the same instructions apply for uploading a PDF from your computer. You would click on upload file and then drag and drop the file. Again, you can adjust the size using the circles in the corners. Okay, so next let's go over uploading a file that we want people to comment on. For example, if you would like peer reviews of your essay and you want these reviews to be in the form of Google Drive comments. So navigate to the document that you would like people to comment on. In the top right corner, click on Share, and then click on Get Shareable Link. Now, click on this link sharing button, and you want to make sure that it says anyone at Stony Brook University with the link can comment. it will automatically set to can view, but we want to make sure that we change it to comments. Then I'm going to copy the link, click done, and then I'm going to navigate back to my ePortfolio. Okay, so now I'm going to add this actually to my Stony Brook page. So I'm going to click on Stony Brook. Okay, so now I'm going to click on add content, and then I'm going to click on rich text. And again, on all of these pages, you would want to be adding like a nice title that says, you know, like welcome to my resume, or, you know, here is my resume, something like that. But in this case, I'm just going to be showing you how to add different types of content. So now I'm going to type in research essay. I'm going to pretend that this is my research essay. And then if I select this text, I'm going to click on this link button. And then I'm going to paste my link. Make sure that it says open in new window. Make sure that is toggled on. And then click the check mark. Okay, so now when people view your ePortfolio, they could click on research essay, and if they are logged in with their Stony Brook accounts, they can leave comments on your essay. So that is how you can get other people to comment on your essays. You could also use this link button to link out to other websites. So for example, if you wanted to link out to the Stony Brook website, you could do that by just copy and pasting the URL into that little text box. All right. So next, let's go over embedding. Say that you have uploaded a video to YouTube that you would like to showcase on your ePortfolio. Navigate to that video. So I'm going to, I found this opening weekend 2019 Stony Brook University video, but brought to you by Stony Brook University Campus Residences. So what I'm going to do is go up here, I'm going to copy the link, and then I'm going to navigate back to my ePortfolio. I'm going to click on our trusty little plus sign, and then I'm going to click on embed. So that's down here, and I'm going to paste my link. It'll take a minute for it to upload, but once it does, it'll give you a preview, and I'm like, yep, this is the right video. And then I'm going to click on embed. Okay, so now we have that. Again, you could use this to the little cross button to move it, move everything around, but again, I'm just going to be uploading everything. Next, I will show you how to create a photo gallery, which is just a constant loop of pictures that you have uploaded. I chose 3 free Pexels images of the Eiffel Tower, and now we will click on the blue plus sign and then upload file. So I uploaded them to my desktop, so I'm going to click on that, and then I will click on the first Eiffel Tower picture and then open. And next you're going to want to click on upload more and then do the same thing. So I'm going to find the second Eiffel Tower picture. And then again, click upload more. And then I'm going to click on the third picture, and then I'm going to click open. And now at the bottom, I can click upload, and it's going to take a minute to upload because it's uploading more than one picture at once. So once you have your gallery, you can use these arrows on the sides. Obviously, you can make this a little bit smaller so that it's easier to see. You can click on the edit button, and then if you wanted to add more pictures to your gallery, you would click on add more items. You could also click on edit caption and add a caption as we did before. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to type in Paris, even though we all know that this is Paris. Okay. Now click on this gear symbol. So that's your settings for this gallery. And we have a lot of different options. First is your layout. So you can click on these different layout options, and it will give you previews of what the different pictures will look like. People would be able to see this like that. You could do autoplay, so it would go to the next image after every 5 seconds, for example. You could change the background color. Right now we have this white over here, and again, the opacity. And then down here, we can edit the caption. So for our caption options, we could move it to the top. We could also change the font and the size and the color. So you can see that there's a lot of different customization options to really make your ePortfolio stand out and look unique. So now that we've added so much to our ePortfolio, let's figure out how to delete something. So I'm going to delete my photo gallery by clicking on the trash can. And it always makes you type the word delete. You have to type it exactly like this and then click yes, delete it. But you can't undo this. So that's why it makes you type out delete. It wants to make sure that you are okay with deleting it. Okay, so one of the last things we're going to do is actually edit the header bar. So this is going to be the same on every page, so you might want to use solid colors. In order to edit the header bar, you're going to first unlock it by clicking this lock again up here at the top. Okay, and now we have a bunch of different options for settings. So first I'm going to click on this gear over here, and we have a top layer background and a bottom layer background. So what I'm going to do is go down here to bottom layer background, which we actually can't see right here. It's the background behind this one, so we'll see it in a minute. I'm going to change the bottom layer to a dark blue, or actually, you know what, I'll change it to a light blue, and then I will change my top layer background to a darker blue. Now I'm going to X out of these section settings, and you'll see over here this was the bottom layer and then this was the top layer. Okay, now I'm going to double click on where it says add a title or your name here. Again, this is going to appear on every page. It will give you a prompt down here about some information that it suggests that you could add if you want to. You can also add this information on your home page and write like a little about me section if you don't want to have all this information showing up on every single page, but it's totally up to you. Here I'm just going to type in Wolfie's ePortfolio. And again, we could click on settings and customize the font and color and everything like that if we wanted to. All right, so now we're going to edit the actual menu bar itself. So again, if we clicked on edit, that would take us to page settings. So instead, we're going to click on settings. And now we have a lot of different options. And this part is actually pretty fun. So for your text, you can change the font. So I'll show you what font this is changing. It's changing this. And you can change the font size. Now you can change the font color. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this font color black. So now you can see these buttons are all black. Now right now when I hover over something, for example the home page, it turns blue. And the page that I'm currently on is also blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on font hover color. I'm going to change it to bright red. So now if I hover over one of my tabs, it will turn bright red. Now, of course, not all of this matches, but I'm just doing these bright colors to show you what part is changing. Now for your font active color, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change it to bright green. And now you can see, since I'm on the home page, the text that says home is green, but if I hover over it, it's going to change red. Now the same thing goes for the button. Okay, so the entire menu bar, this entire white bar is called the button. So if you change that to like light blue, that will change the entire menu bar. The hover color, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change it to light yellow. So if I hover over resume, it's going to be this yellow background with red text. So, I mean, of course, you could do something that matches a little bit better, but again, I'm just showing you how it goes. Next, your button active color. So right now we're on the home page, so it's light gray. I'm going to change this. Let's see. Let's do pink. So now, since that's the page that we're on, we have green text and a pink background. Again, you could change the alignment. So you can make it like middle alignment if you like that better. And we can change the background as well. Okay. So finally, let's work on our publishing and settings. So you'll notice this constant bar at the top notifying us that we have not published our changes. Just remember that this yellow button is only for, this yellow bar is only for this page. So when we go back to like editing later on and then go to publish again, if you click on this button, it's only publishing this page. So it's only going to publish the home page, not the resume page. So you just want to remember that. I'm going to click on it anyway. Okay, now we're brought back to the settings page like we were before. So we're going to leave our title and our URL the same. Now I'm going to click on choose thumbnail. So I'm going to click on previous uploads for this, and then I'll pick one from there. So just so you know, the thumbnail is the small picture appearing next to your name when people search for your ePortfolios. So I'm going to choose this picture of the Eiffel Tower. I love the Eiffel Tower. And now for our permissions. So now we're going to want to edit this. So you can either change it to private within Stony Brook University or public. So for example, if you're going to be using this as like an online resume for employers to see, and the employer is not Stony Brook University, you'll probably want to set it to public. If you're just using it for like a class project, you might want to set it to private within Stony Brook, but you always want to default to what your professor is saying for this. And then you always want to show in the directory and user profile. That way, when your professor goes to search your name for it, they will be able to find it. They won't just need the URL. All right. So now we can click on Save Settings and Publish. And it will take a minute. And now it says your page has been published. Single page. Okay. So every time you make a change to any aspect of your ePortfolio, make sure you publish it, even if it's something like changing the font color, because you want that to be updated, right? So if you worked on a single page, you can click on this hamburger menu at the top and just click on Publish this page. It will publish whatever page you're currently on. But if you worked on multiple pages, you will want to click on Publish Pages. All right. So since we clicked on that yellow bar before, it just published the homepage. So homepage says published, but resume, Stony Brook, and my courses are all drafts. So what we want to do is click on publish, and it will publish all of the pages. Okay, so once you publish, you can go back to that. So go back to publish pages and see that everything was updated. Alrighty. So once you've published it, since we're working on it, clearly we're in edit mode, but you can toggle to published view, and then you can see like this is the preview mode. So this is what viewers would see. So I can see like, oh, this is kind of hard to read. I should, change the font color of this or something like that. Alrighty. So to get some inspiration, you can click on this Digication logo up here and then go down to ePortfolios, and you will see the current ePortfolios in the Stony Brook University directory. You can scroll down and look at them as well. If you're searching for specific people, you can click on this people button and search by last name, first name, or email. You can click on different ePortfolios and view them, get some inspiration, see what other people are doing. If you have any questions, please direct them to the email on the screen. And thank you for watching this video. Good luck with your ePortfolios.